Court is now in session. Will the prosecutor and defendant please state your appearance for the record?
My name is Igor, no relation. I am representing the prosecution, Victor Frankenstein, in this case.
Good evening, Your Honor. I am the Wolf Man, but you can call me Harry. I'll be representing Frankenstein in this case.
You mean Frankenstein's monster?
Oh, right. I'm representing Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein is the guy over there anyways. I am representing the defendant today.
The court calls the case of Victor Frankenstein versus Frankenstein's monster to trial. Mr. Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster, the defendant, is being sued for slander by Mr. Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein, who is seeking $2 million in damages, as well as a mandatory name change for the defendant. My name is Judge Jury. I will be facilitating this case. Is the prosecution ready to deliver their opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. What is a name? Well, it's a formal way of giving somebody an identifiable label, similar to the kinds of labels we give one another in our everyday lives. In this courtroom, if I address the jury, we all know who I'm talking to.
Are you talking to me?
Hey? Oh, no. I'm talking to them. My point is that, for many of us, the names of the people around us don't have to fall under scrutiny. If your name is Jerry, then there's no—
Are you talking to me?
Okay, forget that. What I'm trying to say is that my client's name has been tarnished by the defendant. Mr. Monster has—
Objection. The prosecutor is using doublespeak to insinuate that the defendant is a monster.
Sustained. Please use the defendant's full name.
All right. Frankenstein's monster has sullied the integrity of my client's family name. The defendant's stubborn refusal to adopt a proper name has left the general populace confused on how to identify them, leaving most to improperly refer to them as simply Frankenstein. And—
Objection. Inconsequential evidence.
Sustained. Mr. Igor, you can't make statements like that without any proof.
Proof? You both called him Frankenstein a few minutes ago. Look, our request is simple. My client is willing to forego the cash settlement if the defendant will just agree to change their name.
Whisper, whisper.
I thought we discussed this.
Whisper, whisper,
Oh,
whisper.
come on. You can't really expect that thing to have $2 million.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
Sigh. Fine. I retract my previous statement from the record.
Wait, like, the whole thing?
No, just the money part.
Objection. The prosecutor is trying to get a do-over. You can't do that.
No, I—
Sustained. Mr. Igor, we've already heard you out once, we're not going to do it again.
All right, fine. The prosecution rests 6 years of law school for this.
Okay, Mr. The Wolfman, does the defense have an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, would you like to tell us what it is?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen and jury, does anybody here know somebody with the last name Hitler?
Objection. Relevance.
Overruled. I kinda want to see if anybody does.
Nobody. How about Mussolini? Anybody got a neighbor named Osama bin Laden? I didn't think so. And what do all of these names have in common? They're all attached to bad people. People so bad, that we collectively decided that those names were done. So long Hitler, see ya later bin Laden. And so for all of us to stand here today, and listen to the prosecution fight for a name that, by their own admission, has already been forever tarnished, just seems ludicrous to me. Would you sue Hitler to get that name back? I know I wouldn't.
Are you comparing your own client to Hitler?
I guess I am. But more importantly, I'm making a point. Your Honor, if the world has decided that the defendant is called Frankenstein, who are we to take that away from them? Perhaps the prosecution should just go by their first name. Victor's a fine name. Anyways, that's all I had. I mean, the defense rests.
Thank you both. Now we'd better wrap this up. I only booked the courtroom for 5 minutes.
What? Most trials can take days. Why would you only book a courtroom for 5 minutes?
We're operating on a very strict format here. I mean schedule. Now, Has the jury reached a verdict? Yes, she has. In the case of Victor Frankenstein versus Frankenstein's monster, may the court rule in favor of Mr. Frankenstein. Sorry. I mean, the prosecution. No monetary sum will be required to pay forward, as per the prosecutor's amendment.
Grumble.
But the defendant must choose an official name or legal action will persist.
Should we choose it now?
Yeah, sure, who cares?
Whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper. Whisper. The defense has come to a decision. From here on out, the defendant's first name will be Frankenstein's, and their last name will be Monster.
What? But that works for me. Talk to the bailiff about getting the paperwork for a formal name change all set up. Court is adjourned. Now let's get out of here before they call security.
This is ridiculous, Your Honor. This entire court proceeding was in the pursuit of getting the defendant to change their name.
Hey, you never said it had to be a new name, just that it had to be official.
What are you talking about? The entire backbone of my opening statement was that the name had to be changed to something different.
Oh. Well, either way, I already banged the gavel, so it's over. Banged the gavel? Bung the gavel? Neither of those sound quite
Don't
right.
worry, Mr. Frankenstein, we'll get them next time.
Please, call me Victor. Mr. Frankenstein's my monster's name.